22 real-life giants you won't believe existed. Number 22. Romário dos Santos Alves. A 25-year-old amateur bodybuilder from Brazil was facing a number of health issues after continuously using an injection known as synthol. This enhancement oil increases the size of muscles to enormous sizes. Romário also enjoyed the attention from children, who playfully compared him to the Incredible Hulk. However, soon after, he seemed to feel constant pain. Synthol had hardened his muscles to the point where a needle won't be able to go through his skin. Romário almost suffered kidney failure. Even worse, he came close to having both of his arms amputated. Somehow, he got lucky enough that doctors were able to remove the leftover synthol from his body without turning to amputation. And look at those arms! Number 21. Arlindo de Souza. De Souza is another Brazilian bodybuilder who wanted to cut corners and have the biggest muscles in town. Just like Romário, though, he became addicted to injecting himself with synthol. As expected, his muscles grew quickly. The circumference of one of his biceps was 29 inches! However, de Souza confessed that he had lost a friend to the same drug as he was using. After the tragedy, he stopped using the substance. Number 20. Denis Simplenkov. Simplenkov is a Ukraine-born professional bodybuilder and arm wrestling champion. It was at 11 years old his strength and potential was realized, leading to his love for arm wrestling. Soon after, he became the European Junior Arm Wrestling Champion. And in both 2010 and 2011, Simplenkov won the largest international arm wrestling tournament known as Nemirov. At a weight of over 300 pounds and biceps nearly 25 inches, it's no wonder why Simplenkov is frequently compared to the Incredible. Simplenkov Vutria, Simplenkov Machka. Number 19. Half-Boar Bjornsson. Game of Thrones fans might recognize the mammoth Icelandic man known to play Sir Gregor Clegane, the Mountain, in the show's latest seasons at a whopping 6 feet 9 and over 400 pounds. Bjornsson is not a man to be messed with. Apart from being an actor, Bjornsson is also well known as a strongman and former basketball player. He has constantly finished on the podium as one of the world's strongest man competitions. He is so strong that he's able to deadlift 990 pounds. That's about 6 average-sized people. Number 18. Shaquille O'Neal. Kazam! New Jersey's born O'Neal happens to be one of the most famous basketball players of all times. At 7'1" and weighing in at a mammoth 325 pounds, he's one of the heaviest players ever to play in the NBA. O'Neal's natural athleticism and impressive skills on the court led him to have one of the greatest careers that any basketball player could ever hope to achieve. Even after his retirement in 2011, he continues to be a legend of the sport. Number 17. Yao Ming. This Chinese-born basketball player is even taller than Shaq. Standing at 7'6" made him one of the tallest basketball players of all time. Ming was making a name for himself in the Chinese Basketball Association before switching to the NBA. In 2011, however, he announced his retirement due to numerous foot and ankle-related injuries. Number 16. Vikas Uppal. Uppal was known as, before his death, India's tallest man. Some sources report he was 8'3", while others claim he was 8'10". Although most people accept that his height was more likely 8'3". Number 15. Sajab Gharibi. Some call him the Iranian Hulk. Others, Persian Hercules. Sajab Gharibi, 24, weighing 341 pounds and is able to lift an incredible 386 pounds. Sajab is quite popular in social media. His Instagram account has over 180k followers, and his fame is continuously growing. Number 14. Brahim Takiola. Along with being Morocco's tallest man, Takiola also shares the title of the second tallest living person in the world, along with Morteza Mazad from Iran. That isn't all that though. Takiola also has the largest feet in the world. They measure in over at 15 inches. Number 13. Sultan Kozan. Kozan has the title of the tallest living man in the world. With an enormous height of 8'3", Kozan, like many other tall people, had a tumor that affected his pituitary gland, which controls growth. After several attempts, the gland was successfully removed from his brain, an accelerated growth stoppage. Kozan has since joined the Magic Circus of Samoa. Also, he's married, and the height difference doesn't seem to be much of a problem. You might have noticed that these real-life giants were born in various countries, but tall people are all around the world. Number 12. Yao Defen. Yao Defen was officially the tallest woman in the world. Her height before her death in 2012 was 7'8". She was born into a poor family in rural China. Her birth weight was only 6.2 pounds. However, Defen grew very rapidly. When she was only 3 years old, she consumed 3 more times food than a normal child her age. By 11, she reached 6'2". Her huge height was caused by a tumor in her pituitary gland. Number 11. Sandy Allen. Sandy Allen was known as the tallest woman in the world. While she was alive, Allen held the title for the last 16 years of her life. However, she is also known as the tallest American woman in history. Her recorded height was 7'7". Unfortunately, like many other tall people, Sandy Allen had a tumor in her pituitary gland, which released growth hormones uncontrollably. When Sandy was 22, the tumor was surgically removed. If it had not been removed, she would have kept growing and faced medical problems that related to gigantism. In her later years, Allen had used a wheelchair as her legs and back could not support her tall body structure. She spent her last years at a retirement center and died in 2008 at the age of 53. Number 10. Margot Didak. Margot Didak was a whopping 7'2". The Polish-born giant had a successful basketball career and holds the title as the tallest pro female player in history. She lived in Brisbane, Australia, with her husband and 2 sons before her death in 2011. Number 9. Yuljana Semyonova. Yuljana is a Soviet-Latvian basketball player in the 70s and 80s. She's won multiple championships in the Soviet Union and Europe. Semyonova also won gold medals for the USSR in the 1976 and 1980 Olympics. With a height of 6'11", Semyonova is not the tallest basketball player, but she does have the biggest shoe size, wearing a men's 21 US and a 58 EU shoe. Number 8. Mali Duandi. Mali Duandi was the tallest woman in Thailand and the second tallest woman in Asia. Her height was 6'10". Unfortunately, she died at a young age in August 2016 due to a heart attack. Number 7. Sun Fang. Sun Fang is born in 1987 and known as the tallest woman in China, as well as the tallest living woman in the world. She's 7'3". Sun Fang took the world's tallest woman title from Yao Dafan when Yao Dafan passed away in 2012. Sun Fang is oftenly mistaken for Yao Dafan because they look quite similar. Number 6. Alicia J. Alicia J is 6'6". She is a popular blogger and specialist in fashion for tall women. J is 35 and is known as the world's tallest virgin. She says that dating has been difficult because of her height, and she's waiting for her husband to find her. Number 5. Heather Green. Heather Green is a Las Vegas native, and her height changes depending on whether or not she's wearing her favorite heels. Her height is 6'5" normally, but with her heels, she's a staggering 7'2". Heather's height hasn't changed since she was 15. Number 4. Svetlana Singh. Svetlana Singh is 7'2", and her husband also happens to be quite tall. His height is 6'6". Their oldest son is abnormally tall as well. The 3-year-old child is already 5 feet tall. He eats up to 20 times a day. His parents hope he will become a basketball player or he can study at college in the United States. Number 3. Romesa Gelgi. Romesa Gelgi is known as the tallest teenager in the world. Her height is 7 feet tall. Doctors diagnosed her with a rare disorder known as Weaver syndrome, which causes rapid growth. Gelgi feels special because of her height and says that a world record is her dream. However, she doesn't want to grow any taller, as she needs a walker to get around. Number 2. Elisane Silva. Elisane Silva is 18 years old and a Brazilian model. She stands at 6'9". The teenager recently became engaged to her boyfriend, despite her fiancé being only 5'4". They are happy together and even planning to have children. Silva is worried, though, that she might have problems conceiving because of the tumor that she has, but she is willing to adopt if pregnancy is impossible. Number 1. Zhang Jinlan. Zhang Jinlan is known as the tallest woman to have ever lived. There are only 17 people who have ever reached 8 feet tall, and Jinlan is the only woman to have ever surpassed that benchmark. Sadly, she died in 1982 at the age of 17. Her height was measured at 8'2". That was 22 real-life giants you won't believe existed. Now, if you like that, make sure to subscribe to your top 5 best for your daily dose of the best fact videos on YouTube. Also, leave a like on this video to let us know that you like this video.